Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Chwedash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth, to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which will be preached throughout all four corners of this earth, and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. Shalom. Hey, shalom, beloved Akiyam and Akwaf. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power and mercy of our power, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to tap into some information via a video that came across my feed, where it pretty much highlights the tongue of the wicked falling upon themselves, man. All right, and we know that we're in the time of the revealing, all right, of Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, which he is the wicked. Okay, he is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Okay, it's talking to Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. And we're living in the time where he's being revealed in his time. As 2 Thessalonians tells us, man, there will be a time, okay, where he whom now letteth, right, will let until he be taken out of the way. Ultimately, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has been letting this man wreak havoc on the planet Earth. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has allowed this man to bring forth atrocity after atrocity after atrocity. But unbeknownst to Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, all right, he's not going to escape. Okay, he's not going to be able to escape all the bloodshed he shed, right? All the robbing, all the stealing, all the lying, okay, all the blaspheming of the Holy Spirit. All that's going to have to be paid back for in full. You see? And there's nowhere this dude can run, and there's nowhere this dude can hide. All right, and he's still in a position where he thinks he has control over the narrative, which he does not. He's lost control over the narrative. All right, he's been found. All right, and ultimately it's coming into the time where he's about to be caught. Okay, because the Scopeo is on him. All right, he's surrounded. Okay, he's surrounded on all levels, man. The Lord got him surrounded. You know, they call themselves tracking these various unidentifiable flying objects, right? They're giving them names. I think the new one is the Atlas or whatever. Not realizing this is your demise. This is a token of a curse that's coming upon you, man. All right, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has you surrounded, man. All right, those are the scouts that the Lord sent out, man. You're surrounded on all fronts. All right, the Lord's got the spirit on these nations to wage war against you. All right, they're turning away from this fiat currency, pulling out of the debt that they had with you. All right, cutting ties with you, man. Okay, and at the same time, you got the servants, the prophets, right? Those two witnesses that the Lord has given power to prophesy, all right, which will be the northern and southern kingdom in the form of the prophets, bringing out information against you, man, exposing you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And then on top of that, you got star witnesses, okay, which comes in the form of these Edomite fallouts, various heathen also, even 2/3 Jake, you know, that were tied in with you in various branches of power throughout within the diabolical within this diabolical structure of power, man. All right, bringing forth information they were exposed to, okay, sensitive information, all right, which again, their own tongue shall fall upon themselves, man. All right, Esau is exposing himself, and I got a clip that's gonna show this. All right, now through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, let's go here real quick. Madness. 7:57 in the morning is already Something going down, but hey, judgment. Kala ya bashim ya shai. Let me see here. I'm gonna get this Psalm 64, starting from verse 1. I'm gonna jump down though. The book of Psalms is the Psalm of David, our beloved warrior, king, prophet, right? And it reads, Psalm 64:1, and it reads, "Hear my voice, O power, and my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy." And we know our arch enemy will be Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. Psalms, the 83rd chapter, shows us that, where he's listed 2 times over in the form of Edom and Amalek, all right, which is the chief house of Esau, which are those small hats, those nickel hats, those gutter rats, those big-nosed people, those imposters. Yup, them. Look, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, right, which is the global elite, ultimately, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, man. All right, and this is how Esau has been able to hide himself, okay, through his secret counsels, through his various tentacles, right, within his system, right? He's been able to hide in the shadows, man. Okay, these international banking families, but now it's being understood that you're the root cause. Now it's understood that all wars are bankers' wars, man. All right, and now it's understood that the disease of the earth, okay, consists of those that are managing it. All right, and it will be these small hats, man, these international banking families, man. Okay, and there ain't no way around it. It's the reality of the situation. When you tap into their assets, you come to find out, okay, that they own damn near everything, man. You see, they own damn near everything, man. And that's not a coincidence. It's because Genesis, the 27th chapter, Isaac blessed this man. Okay, Esau is living out his blessing. This is the reality of the story. For those of you that don't want to believe that, hey, we don't know what to say to you, but this is the reality of the story. All right, why do you think he was able to conquer and rule from sea to shining sea? Because he's living out his blessing. Evil E is living out his blessing. Okay? But the beautiful thing about it, prophecy tells us that he'll only rule for a little season. Revelations 20. It'll just be for a little season, a short amount of time, a small space of time. Okay? It'll be nothing of longevity, even though, you know, in our feeble conditions being on earth, it seems like it's been a long time. Because this man's been, he's been in pursuit of a reign of terror since the Greeks. You know, what's that, 333 BC? You know, so he's been going hard for a long time in our eyes, but in the Lord's eyes, remember, a day to the Lord is 1,000 years to us. You see? So in reality, Esau ain't really gone nowhere as far as the Lord's concerned. You know? And now we're in a time where it's beautiful. We're in a time where this bastard's fallen, man. And what we're witnessing, all right, with these various, you know, three-letter agency agents, various other counterparts of Esau, you know, bringing out information on them. This is what we're witnessing is a divide within a kingdom. All right, and Yahweh Shai told us, all right, a kingdom's gonna fall if it's divided, man. It cannot stand. It's not possible. Okay, there's schisms in Esau's household, man. Okay, which is ultimately gonna cause him to fall. Let's continue on. Let me read verse 2 again. Psalm 64:2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, man. Okay? And this is all they do is wickedness, man. All this nigga does is wickedness, man. He's wired and built to do so. Scriptures tell us that what's that, Revelation 6, if I'm not mistaken. All right, he takes peace from the earth. Damn, so much madness. Let me go get that real quick. Let me go get that, Revelation 6. Let me get this real quick. Because it's actually related to the topic. Revelation 6:4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. What a coincidence. The There went on another horse that was red. That's not a coincidence. Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, came forth what? He came forth as a clean leper. Okay, red all over like a hairy garment. All right, as it tells us in Genesis, the 25th chapter. All right, Isashua, Isaac named him. Wasted away is he. All right, because he was a clean leper. His blood was coming forth. You know, he was deprived of his melanin, bearing the same mark that Cain was hit with. Telling us what? That same spirit that was in Cain is in Esau, which you take it all the way back to the garden. That same spirit, that was the same malicious, deviant spirit that was in the serpent. You see? Let's continue on. Revelation 6 and 4, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon, right? To what? To take peace from the earth. All right? And this is all Esau has done throughout the whole course of his reign of terror. When you read First Maccabees, okay, upon Alexander the Great's 4 generals receiving their portion of his kingdom, it tells us that what? When Antiochus Epiphanes came forth, that wicked root, right, out of the Seleucid Empire, the wickedness increased on the earth. That's not a coincidence, man. It's because at that point, all right, this beast system was in the process of being formulated. Okay? And this is why this is why that says that. Okay? Because the most diabolical people, the beast man, okay, the degenerate, all right, on the earth is Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. He's a complete loser, all right, and the world's finding that out. You know, again, he's been able to hide himself through these various councils. You know, he's been able to hide himself. You hide himself behind a 3-piece suit, right, with Nimrod's rod on his neck, right, with a comb over and the execution of a razor. He's been able to hide himself. But no, the caveman, okay, the beast man, the people that are more violent than the earth, you can't put them by your dogs, are being exposed. He can no longer hide himself. And this is the reality of the situation, man. You know? Hey, call it what you want, man. His history testifies against him, man. We're not saying anything that the history doesn't already project. You see? Let's continue on. Let's read it from the top. Revelation 6 and 4. And there went on another horse that was red, and power was given to him. Okay, power was given to him. And this is what escapes the mind of evil as well. Power was given unto you, my boy. You didn't just flip a coin, call heads, and the shit landed. Nah, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai gave you the power. Okay? Daniel, what's that? Daniel, let me get this precept real quick. I know I'm jumping around. I'm just going through the spirit. I got a clip I want to share with you, beloved Aki Amanakwath as well, which is heavy. All right, wait until you see this one through the spirit. The book of Daniel, chapter 4 and verse 17, and it reads, and we're going to jump back to Revelations. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand of the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, man, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set up over it the basis of men. Okay? So from Egypt all the way to the revival of the Western Roman Empire, it's been Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai establishing these kingdoms and rulerships, man. Okay? Who do you think is going to take Esau out? Go read Isaiah 47 and you'll find out. Isaiah 47 tells us. All right, Isaiah 63 as well. Hey, it's all over the place, man. And we tap into Revelations. Come on, man. Self-explanatory. Revelations 18. Okay? The Lord's going to recompense this man for everything that he has done. You see? And Lord willing, we're here to see it, man. But let's go back. Let's continue on. To the intent the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the bases of men. Okay, the bases of men. What? The third part of man's in rulership right now, man. You got three classifications of men. The sons of God, which is Yasha Allah, right? The sons of men, which are the heathen, and then the son of perdition, which is evil E. All right, the Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. He is the basis of man. Why do you think he has the history of being a caveman? This is his history. That's no other nation's history. Job 30, okay? Evil E's history, he has a history of being a caveman. He hides that history. You see, but he couldn't hide it completely because it's the works of the Lord. That's part of his revelation. That's part of him being revealed. He subscribes to being Caucasian, which Caucasian goes into what? A cave dweller. It all just, boom, there we go. You know, then he's crimson, red, you know, which is a warning. Red is a warning. That's why you got to stop at a red light, stop at a stop sign. It's embroidered with red. All right, look at dude, man. You got to beware of him, man. The scriptures tell us to beware of him, man. You see? This is a dangerous dude. And again, his history shows this. All right, these are dangerous people, man. All right, Esau has committed the greatest crime to humanity, man. All right? The greatest crime to the planet Earth, to animals, to everything, man. Everything and anything, man. The ecosystem. This man has a debt to pay. And this is why it's going to be so bad for him. Let's go back to Revelations chapter 6 and verse 4 real quick from the top. And there went on another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. You see, so he's doing what he was supposed to do. He's taking peace from the earth, man. This is why you can't expect there to be peace. All right, all these phone calls that Trump and Putin are having, they're null and void. They're going to go nowhere. That's not the time that we're in. Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, tells us there's a time for war and there's a time for peace. There's a time for love and there's a time for hate. All right? We're in a time of war. We're in a time of hate. You see that? Continuing on, and that they should kill one another. And we've seen that through these various civil wars that they've had. Okay? As a matter of fact, take it as far back as the Ptolemy and Seleucid wars. That was all Edomite on Edomite, man. Okay? That was all Edomite on Edomite. Esau has a track record of going to war against his own people. Against, you know what I'm saying? Internal war, internal warfare. You know, for efforts to take over the throne, or to be in a position of power, to be the head. You know, there's no honor amongst thieves. Okay? And trickling all the way down to now, you had the Spanish War, the French War, right? All these various wars, man. Come on, man. Let's be real. Come on, man. His history is right in front of us. And that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. All right, and this is right here, that right there, man. That's self-explanatory, man. There was given unto him a great sword. Isaac blessed this dude with the sword in Genesis, the 27th chapter. And Isaac said what? He said, you're going to live by the sword. So we know ultimately at the end of the day, when the rubber meets the road, when all Esau's abilities to be able to deviate and use witchcraft and lie and scheme and deceive, when that all goes left and he no longer has that ability, when he loses control of the narrative in that aspect, he has no choice but to lean upon the sword. All right, this is why you see him in the process of exhausting pens and bringing forth unrighteous decrees, draconian laws. Okay, because at this point, he's at the point now where it's time, hey, why do you think the military is being drawn out? All right, we're in that time. He has to lean on the sword at this point. Okay, and on top of that, he's running out of time. Let me go back to Psalm 64, because we didn't finish there. We jumped out of there. I'm going to go right to the point. Psalm 64 and 8. So they should make, and I'm going to play this clip. So they should make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, man. You see? Talking to what? Again, his own counterpart. Edomites are bringing out information on this dude, man. Edomites that were intimate with this dude's diabolical systems. Okay? That's why throughout the time of C19, all right, you had these scientists and individuals that were close with the beast, okay, bring out sensitive information regarding what was truly behind that serum. How do you think that information got out? You see? And that was and it's happening right now, real time, regarding his next set of moves he's planning. All right, and things he's done in the past, with the whole thing that went on with in Iraq, you know, all these various wars that he's had. Always, it was always centered around some form of resource. Okay, whether it be drugs, land, silver, gold, gas, some type of, you know, that's what it evolved around. And again, I mentioned it earlier. This is why they say this is all wars are bankers' wars, man, because they get rich off of these things, man, off of these moves. You see? Look it. So they should make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And that's the spirit, because you got individuals trying to flee Babylon now. Even Esau. I mentioned this in another lesson I did a couple of days ago, what have you. Lord willing, I want to go into a lesson on it, but Lord willing, we'll see what the spirit does. But Esau's, there's a mass exodus, okay, of Edomites leaving Babylon. All right, thinking they're going to escape their fate. You see, because one thing has to be understood. Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, from the global elite down to the regular Joe six-pack, they know damn well in their spirit that they're wrong. Okay, and they know that they feel somewhere in their spirit that they gotta pay. They're gonna pay for that. You know, the Lord's making them feel that. You know, hey, for instance, brothers, you already know. You know, when you find yourself in a position, you know, where you either didn't do a lesson, or you're not reading enough, or studying enough, or you know, you may be, you know, off in the spirit. You know, you feel some type of way. You feel that there's a conviction. You know, you feel something. It's just like, damn. You know, they're feeling that. They're feeling some type of way. Okay, this is why you're seeing Edomites pop up on TikTok with bloodshot eyes. Okay, expressing how they feel about the current situation in their kingdom. See, Evil E knows he's losing. Ultimately, he knows he's about to lose, but he's in denial. Okay, when you're in denial, you're delusional. At that point, you falling victim to delusion when you're in denial. Everyone around you is telling you you're gonna lose. You know, that's not a good idea. That doesn't make any sense. That's gonna cause this, and that's gonna cause inflation. That's not good. We're not gonna be able to bounce back from this. If you do this, we're gonna niggas are under a strong delusion. They're in denial. And this is from the top down. You know, from the top elite all the way down to the regular Joe six-pack Edomite. They're in denial. But the signs of the times, okay, are proving and showing that Esau's out of there. Okay, again, we always go through the list. From the UFO, they call it UFO, you know, from the chariot sightings, right? To Jake waking up, to Esau being revealed, and then all the prophecies that come in between all that are present. The charagma, the reality of the blackouts coming, this grid going down soon. Okay, all the prophecies evolved. Come on, man. World War III. Okay, we are here. It's no doubt about it, and Esau knows it. Esau, but he's denying it. He's in denial. He's kicking back. He's scratching and clawing. You know, but it's gonna be the no prevail. It's gonna be the no prevail, man. Let's get this clip. Let me see here. And shalom to you, beloved Akiyam and Akwath on the comment board. Yeah, Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. Barakatham to you, beloved Akiyam and Akwath. Let me just get this clip real quick. And what's crazy is, this is a small hat. It would have to be, I mean, based off his YouTube channel's name. All right, it's called Israeli News Live, man. I mean, damn. I mean, he could. I mean, I don't know. It's all through the spirit. I don't know, man. Either way, the cookie crumbles from face value. He looks like an Edomite. And that doesn't necessarily mean he is, but I'm just speaking as a man. Listen to this.
Hey guys, Steve Benoon here with Israeli News Live. Hey guys, Steve Benoon here with Israeli News Live. And I'm watching closely this whole situation with Venezuela. And the reason I'm watching that closely is because the time from years ago that I spent working with CIA, it was more for me, it was discovered in hindsight. It wasn't as well, I wasn't as knowledgeable at that time with the things going on in Nicaragua and the work the CIA was involved in, both domestically and both foreign. But what it really comes down to is it comes down to who's going to control the drug trade coming out of South America. I just had a conversation, even before this whole case with Venezuela, a couple of days ago, with a new friend of mine that was in the military in Afghanistan. And we were talking about the poppy fields. And I knew very well, as I've shared with you guys through the intel sources that I have, how that drugs from the poppy fields were being controlled by the United States military. They would bring it in on C-130s coming into the United States, and then also the trade route for Europe was being handled through Iran, and Iran through Turkey, and from Turkey into either Ukraine or Greece. That'd be another interesting reason why we have a war in Ukraine. You never know exactly what all these wars are for. But now we have Trump talking about he's going to go shut down the drug trafficking that's coming out of South America and Maduro, and that he is a drug lord and he's got to put a stop to it. Well, most likely the drug lord is putting a stop to the other drug lord. Don't let this fool you. Back when and I've got a good friend of mine that's a pilot that knows full well the involvement of the Clintons with the drug trade that was happening there in Arkansas. Well, I was working with the CIA out of Northwest Florida and Southern Alabama, and we actually had a secret base in Alabama, and they were, at the time, which I didn't understand it fully at that time, I should have put the pieces together. My stepdad was a ship captain, so he operated ships all through down there near Central America, places like that, was able to ship in the drugs. I knew that he was involved in drugs, I did know that, but when I was working with the CIA, I wasn't really focused on him, I was focused on whatever mission I was being sent on. Normally they're out there trying to cover their tracks a lot. All these politicians are trying to make sure that nobody knows what they're really up to. A lot of the power companies back in those days were involved in the drug trafficking for doing the money laundering. Gulf Power, Alabama Power, Georgia Power, all of them. All you got to do is do a little bit of looking up of the things that happened during those days. Some of the people that died, some of the people that, kind of went missing, things like that. I could go on and on and on about those issues there, but needless to say, the point is that what Trump is doing down there for now is because undoubtedly Maduro has found new ways to get the drugs into America, and they're getting paid, but those politicians that are so corrupt are not getting paid. And that's become a big problem. You see, drug trade is very controlled. How many of you guys have met me in meetings before that were in law enforcement that did drugs and things, or, didn't do drugs, but in other words, you were in the narcotics divisions, that came to me and would tell me about those strange situations where certain people you were told hands off. Other people, well, you could arrest them, put them in jail. Anybody that was stepping on the toes of the well-greased, well-oiled, well-funded drug trade that's being ran by the U.S. government That's the one they don't want no one dare stepping on those toes. So, yeah, it's very interesting how all this works. But that's why Trump has sent our military down there. That's pretty gutsy to send your military down because somebody's not getting their kickbacks. No, just use the American taxpayers, have them go fund it, and have them go squash the guy and take him out of power so that you can get someone into power that will obey the orders. Think about that. Listen, your support of this broadcast is important, so think about supporting us as well if you don't mind. God bless you. Thank you for listening, and I'll be updating you much deeper tomorrow.
So you see that? Hey, and this guy here, I mean, he's a reputable source based off what he's saying. I guess he's ex-CIA. His stepfather was a ship operator. You know, he was moving around down there, operating under these circumstances, man. All right, he knows pilots. He knows ex-CIA, three-letter agency agents. He got friends out of him. You see? And he's spilling the beans, man. He's bringing it out. But a lot of the stuff he's saying we already know. You know, but again, it's the spirit of the Lord making these Edomites bring it out on themselves, man. Okay? This is just more validation that our elders and apostles down of Great Millstone were right all the whole time, man. Okay? Based off talking points and prophecy, man, being broken down in its perfection, man, shows us that this is Esau. Okay? We knew and know that this is how he operates, man. That there's underlining, there's more behind, you know, why he's wiggling his ass all over the place, man, and can't stay at home, you know, and why all these wars would have taken place. Over 90% of the time he's been in power, he's been at war, because there's been an efforts to heap up everything, man. Okay, and again, they're wicked. This is what Esau does. All this stuff, these gangs, these drugs, these drug cartels, these in your city and wherever you at, and this is all being controlled by Esau. Drug trade is big money. Okay? This is what this nigga's involved in. Esau's the biggest murderer, drug dealer, kidnapper, rapist, all that. He's the biggest one. But he's quick to, you know, this is why scriptures tell us he's an accuser of our brethren, man. But he's gonna be taken down, pursuing the Revelations 12. Let me go get this real quick, man. Let me get this real quick on this diabolical bastard. Let's go ahead. Let's go to the bear with me. Let's go to the Good News Bible real quick, right? This is the Good News Bible, chapter 4 and verse 16. And it reads, "Wicked people cannot sleep unless they have done something wrong." Okay? Look, if they lie awake unless they have hurt someone. And we know the wicked, Malachi 1 and 4, the wicked is Esau, the self-proclaimed white man. We're going to keep saying that because this is the reality. This is the truth. Okay? That Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai coined him as the border of wickedness. The Lord put a name on it. You see? Bear with me. Just in case the phone tries to overheat on me. We're going to be closing out soon anyway. Here we go. You see? So the wicked, we're going to keep saying it, man. The wicked is Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. Look. Wickedness and violence are like food and drink to them, man. Okay, so they eat and drink wickedness and violence, man. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to roll these windows up. It's too loud. All right, this man's drunk, all right, and fat off of wickedness and violence, man. All right? And again, his history testifies against him. My man has a whole track record, all right, of this behavior. So there's no denying it. It's not like he can deny it. Now that there's Manila folders on you, man. And as we speak, this a course in session right now. You see? Course in session, man. And ultimately, the heavens is revealing your iniquity, man. As the scriptures tell us in, what's that, Job? The book of Job. I think that's Job. Let me see something real quick. Matter of fact, we can close out with this. Let's go here real quick. The book of Job. I want to say that's Job chapter 20. Bear with me. Here it goes. It's verse 27, but we're going to jump up. We're going to start from the top, and we're going to make it make sense. Okay? Because here it is. Let me see something real quick. Let me make sure this live is still good. Make it make sense. This is still going. Let me, bear with me. All right, this is the book of Job, chapter 20, and verse 4. And it reads, Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth? All right, verse 5, that the triumphing, right, of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Because again, Revelations 20, there was only a little season this man was going to rule. He wasn't going to rule for any long space of time. Again, even though it may seem like it's been a long time to us, it has not. As far as the heavens is concerned, it has not been long. You see? It has not been long at all. All right? Let's jump down. Especially in comparison to everlasting, right? In comparison to immortality, all right, which Esau is trying to grab his hands on. Esau is trying to be immortal, man. You see? Esau knows his time is ticking. Esau knows he's about to time out. That's why they're being very attentive to that doomsday clock. Esau knows he's about to expire. You know? This is why he's reaching, all right, with this technology, right? Palantir, quantum computer, and all various technology in efforts to what? Pursue a diabolical synthetic immortality and to steal the birthright back. Okay? This is what this man's doing. Right? Look at Job 20 and 27. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, man. Again, who is the heaven? How is the heaven revealing his iniquity? Through the two faithful witnesses, first and foremost, the southern and northern kingdom, the prophets, man. We represent the heaven, along with the beloved innumerable multitude, man, of the men, women, and children of Israel. As a matter of fact, let's prove this real quick. When you go to the book of Matthew, real quick, chapter 11, Yahushua said this. In verse 12, it reads, And from the days of John the Baptist until now, okay, until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, man. Okay, how did the kingdom of heaven suffer violence? Through Nero, right? Through Herod, through Titus, through Vespasian, through the Edomites, the Roman Empire. That's how the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, man. This is talking to Israel, man. Look, and the violent take it by force, man. You see? So when we go back to Job, 20 and 27, and it reads, the heaven shall reveal his iniquity. Or the heaven that's revealing his iniquity are the men of the Lord, man. The servants, the prophets, man. Okay? And again, you have a star witness as well, which is Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man's own tongue falling upon himself, other heathen nations, and even 2/3 of Jake, again, that were involved within this man's diabolical system. And, that have information that they bring out, regarding, situations they've been exposed to, man. Look it. And the earth shall rise up against him, man. Okay, and this is what we're seeing. The earth is rising up against them. That clip we just showed, hey, that's the earth rising up against them, man. This guy's an ex-CIA agent, man, bringing out information on what he knows, on what he's been exposed to. Okay? He was bringing out facts. You see? And all this is a sign, all these are tokens that Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, is about to lose, man. I'm going to leave you with that, beloved Akim and Akwath. A Lord willing, you were edified. Abaratazah, Lord willing, you were spiritually fed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And with that, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash. Hey, double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you beloved Akiyam and Akwath were edified through the Spirit, man. Hey, Lord willing. Hey, Shalom.